All right, so everything in the world is just ridiculous. It's pointedly ridiculous, I would say. I mean, I'm no longer believing the things I'm saying. I feel like I am now lying to the public when I cover these things because we're just reaching levels of absurdity that are offending my sensibility. So they wrote in the last paragraph, late last night, which was what I said, I tweeted this, late last night while we all slept, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds filed a protective order. The guilty as sin couple is asking a judge to protect from the public some confidential documents and names that will be gathered in the discovery process.
You heard it here first. I'm calling it. There'll be a divorce at some point in time, just not right now. And one day, I want a Netflix documentary on the whole situation. Baldoni keeps coming up with receipts, and he's not playing. And it seems that Blake and Ryan Reynolds are the problem. And I don't know how Candace Owens knows, but she claims to know.
Conservative commentator Candace Owens has sparked controversy with claims that Hollywood actress Blake Lively may be planning to leave the country following a significant personal or professional setback. Owens, known for her outspoken views, suggested that Lively's decision comes in response to recent events that have shaken her career or personal life. While the exact nature of the big loss remains unclear, speculation is running wild among fans and critics alike. This revelation has ignited debates online, with many questioning the truth behind Owens' statement and whether Lively is truly set to move abroad.
The media outlets picked up the same narrative. Okay, yeah, but that's what you did. Like, what am I guilty of here? Leading the pack of people, like, because like, what, we're psychotic and we're checking your filings every day? And we said, oh, look, yeah, she's filing for more protection to protect, she thinks it's confidential documents. We just read through this. We showed the public that's what you're doing. So I don't understand why I got name checked here. And then just to say, predictably, the media outlets picked up the same narrative. They're like, they got me out here looking like Regina George when she cuts her shirt.
Did not see this coming. I did not think that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds would be the people that united this country, and it has happened. The most liberal people I know are now obsessively following Candance Owens for her take in journalism on the situation. Thank you, Ryan and Blake, for having such terrible personalities that we are now united as a country. Also, yes, I have followed this story so closely that I'm just wearing beanies now. Like, I am fully in the Lily Bloom simulation. I don't even know where this came from. Like, I don't even think this is mine.
Owens has recently suggested that actor Ryan Reynolds may be the central figure in the ongoing disputes surrounding the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel It Ends With Us. According to Owens, an anonymous source from the film's set claimed that Reynolds' involvement led to significant tensions.
Person who wrote to me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan started the fire!
Allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I don't want to be involved in your drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. All of the production assistants overheard the argument, okay? Now, what was at the root of that argument? We don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day?
Owens shared that Reynolds allegedly reviewed daily footage and scripts, which purportedly resulted in a heated argument with his wife, actress Blake Lively, in her trailer. Following this incident, Reynolds reportedly became deeply involved in the production, making script alterations and influencing scenes. Owens further claimed that Reynolds pressured the talent agency WME to drop Justin Baldoni, the film's director and co-star, as a client.
And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin Baldoni, okay? And that is when this person was a strong contact. I felt good receiving this information from another person who said that it was Ryan Reynolds who marched into WME, okay? Which is Endeavor. It's also called Endeavor. It is the biggest talent agency in the world. Every celebrity is under there, from Taylor Swift to Justin Baldoni, and said, it's us or it's him.
She shared some juicy details on her stories about rumors going around, saying that Ryan Reynolds went to visit Blake Lively's movie set one day, and he sat down to watch the videos that were filmed during production. And whatever he saw, whether it was the takes or the talking in between, he did not like. And a production assistant overheard Ryan and Blake getting into an all-out yelling brawl over what happened on set. What's the old saying? You lose them the same way you got them? I know Scarlett Johansson is somewhere smiling.
According to Candace Owens, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds may have taken a proactive approach to managing their public image by hiring former CIA agents for their PR team. Former intelligence officers often have expertise in crisis management, media influence, and strategic communication, which could be useful for high-profile celebrities dealing with controversies.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have hired former CIA agents with a proven track record of lying to the public, gaslighting the public to help her with PR. Also, they moved to do this within the same 24 hours that I started randomly getting attacked for my coverage of Blake Lively. Remember yesterday we talked about The Cut. We're going to speak about that again because that journalist has got some deranged ideas of her own. And then I just found out more about this very interesting background of E.J. Dixon. Also, the judge in Blake Lively's case just slapped down their psychopathic request for 2.5 years worth of every message that Justin Baldoni and Justin Heath and the PR agents have ever sent to everybody, plus location data. We knew that was going to happen.
As legal battles intensify, WME CEO Ari Emanuel has publicly backed Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Praising them as incredible people, he dismissed allegations against Lively as exaggerated.
Tell me you were paid off by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds without telling me you were paid off by them. Ari Emanuel, who is an executive at WME, Justin Baldoni's former talent agency, and Blake and Ryan's current talent agency. Also the same agency that a few months ago came out and said Ryan Reynolds did not pressure them to drop Justin Baldoni, FYI. Ari Emanuel proclaims that he was the one to fire Justin Baldoni. And Ari just seems real professional about this. Goes on to say it is an effed up bad situation what Baldoni, whatever his name is doing. Ari praises Blake and Ryan for being really incredible people who never had any bad mojo out there or treated people badly. They are charitable. They're giving tons of money away.
His statement underscores Hollywood's divide over the dispute between Lively and Justin Baldoni. While some industry insiders support Lively, others remain skeptical of her claims. Emanuel's endorsement strengthens Lively's defense, potentially shaping public opinion and legal outcomes as the case shows no signs of resolution.
Says he's known them for over a decade, and when push came to shove, Baldoni was expendable, explaining, I am a ride or die and they are good people. Oh hey Ari, I thought like Ryan had nothing to do with firing Justin Baldoni. That's interesting because it seems like he had a lot to do with it. So funny that you mentioned how charitable they are. I wonder how charitable they are to you. So WME literally fired someone over someone else's opinion of them. And the fact that he's coming out and saying this now after we have seen the evidence from Justin Baldoni's side, the evidence that has debunked several of Blake Lively's claims, FYI. I've already made a video on the WME roster and how there are several people on that roster that should have been fired if it's over SH claims. Mr. Drake A. Minor has been their client for over a decade, Ben Affleck, J Balvin, and that's just naming a few. So just add WME to the list of people that Blake and Ryan have paid off.
The movie It Ends With Us became mired in controversy during its turbulent production as on-set tensions escalated into a full-blown legal battle. Blake Lively, long admired for her polished public image and acclaimed acting career, now finds herself at the center of a heated dispute. She has filed complaints accusing Justin Baldoni of inappropriate behavior on set, propelling both actors into a high-profile scandal.
This was a sinister PR move. Blake Lively then moved 11 days later to file a lawsuit. So now she has filed a lawsuit. And I don't think she ever wanted to do this. I think she genuinely wanted this to be a PR move, and she wanted to leak it to the New York Times. She thought the public would take her side with no questions asked. And instead the public is saying, no, we have a few questions here. And Justin Baldoni is going all the way to the wall on this. His lawyer is already giving interviews explaining just how nasty her team has played this. The lawyer's name is Brian Friedman. He stopped by the Megyn Kelly show, and here's some of the things that he had to say. First, he says there used to never be a sexual claim. There never was a sexual claim until she went to that civil rights office. Take a listen.
There was actually no allegation of sexual harassment until the lawsuit was filed.
Justin Baldoni is now involving Taylor Swift in his lawsuit against Blake Lively. So Justin Baldoni is suing Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicists for over $400 million for all the It Ends With Us drama. Now he's name dropping Taylor Swift, Blake's bestie, in the mix. Thankfully, Taylor Swift is not being sued, but she's mentioned in his 179-page paper complaint, and he's alleging that Taylor's fame was used to pressure him during production. And it really all stems from this penthouse situation where Blake and Ryan live. Apparently there was a meeting there with all of them, and Taylor Swift was actually present, and Blake ended up rewriting one of the scenes. And even after the meeting was over, Baldoni texted Blake this, saying, "I gotta put my glasses on for this one, the font is too small. Also was working on the rooftop scene today. Really love what you did. Makes it so much more fun and interesting."
The allegations against Justin Baldoni range from misconduct on set to claims of orchestrating a retaliatory smear campaign against Blake Lively. These accusations have severely impacted the production of the movie, fueling widespread media scrutiny and turning the film's behind-the-scenes turmoil into a public spectacle.
We're going to be talking all things Blake Lively and her legal complaint that she's filed against her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. Yes, the It Ends With Us movie drama does in fact not end. What's interesting about this story to me is the Justin Baldoni of it all. He is a self-proclaimed male feminist. He's woke. He speaks out against sexual assault and sexual harassment, even toxic masculinity. And now in this legal complaint filed by Blake Lively, he's being accused of sexual harassment.
I challenge you to see if you can use the same qualities that you feel make you a man to go deeper into yourself. And will you be man enough to stand up to other men when you hear locker room talk, when you hear stories of sexual harassment, when you hear your boys talking about grabbing ass or getting her drunk? Will you actually stand up and do something so that one day we don't have to live in a world where a woman has to risk everything and come forward to say the words "me too"?
This is gonna be really awkward if these allegations are true. I will say, just for the record, I'm not a fan of either of these individuals, and something about both of them rubs me the wrong way.
Followed by an attempted PR takedown of her to cover his own ass from people finding out what he did to her. In an article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone," Blake Lively heroically shared her story, and the world was on her side because it looked like she was just trying to take down a predator in Hollywood. So Justin Baldoni and his ace lawyer launched an all-cylinder fire attack to clear his name, and he started by suing the New York Times, saying that article was just published because it was paid for by Ryan Reynolds, and it was a multi-layered scheme planned out by Blake and Ryan to take down Justin. And I think it's pretty common knowledge that the mainstream media will lie on behalf of their powerful friends or anyone who pays them off to say certain things.
Recently, Blake has issued subpoenas for phone and internet records from Justin Baldoni and his associates, aiming to uncover evidence of an alleged smear campaign against her. Her legal team is requesting data from providers like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Cloudflare, and AOL, spanning the past 2.5 years. These records are intended to support her claims of retaliation following her misconduct allegations during the filming of It Ends With Us. Baldoni's legal team has dismissed the subpoenas as overly broad, calling them a fishing expedition.
So Blake No Teeth Lively is ready to move forward with her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, but first, she needs evidence, and she wants Justin Baldoni to give it to her. In more ways than one, allegedly. So part of what Blake Lively needs to prove that this alleged smear campaign went down is actual evidence, right? So her legal team plans to subpoena the phone records of Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Melissa Nathan, Jennifer Abel, Jed Wallace, all of them, even Steve Sorowitz, which in a discovery process is fairly standard, right? Despite the fact that the New York Times claimed that they had thousands of pages that were handed over by Blake's team in order to confirm the details to publish in the New York Times, right? Except she wants to subpoena all of their phone records, including locations, text message, regardless of the recipient, regardless of the subject matter, dating back 2 years.
Blake Lively's legal team has subpoenaed phone records from Justin Baldoni and his associates, seeking evidence of a smear campaign against her. A legal team requested to subpoena Justin Ballon's phone, along with devices from 5 or 6 other individuals involved in the case.
Blake Lively's team had asked to subpoena Justin Baldoni's phone, meaning, and not only Justin Baldoni, the entire team that they had sued, meaning like 5 or 6 people, and they want not only to look at text messages in regards to the case, but in regards to everything.
And they want to go back 2.5 years.
Yes, with their internet browser history, so they can see whatever they Googled. I mean, if they do that to anyone's phone, you're gonna find stuff that are suspicious, don't you think? I mean, you Google many weird things. I think for them to ask to have access to Justin Baldoni's text to his wife, I mean, isn't that outrageous?
It sounds like an overreach, if you ask me.
Yeah, or like Justin Baldoni's lawyer called it, a fishing expedition, which is a word he used on purpose, I think, because that's a word that judges don't really like. And this is, like he also pointed out, this is not a criminal case, and Blake is not the FBI. This is a civil case. So I think asking for this, do you think they're going to get it through from the judge?
Not altogether, but you know, it is you can do it in defamation cases though.
Yeah, but I think limited in defamation cases.
They sought access not just to text messages related to the lawsuit, but also to all personal messages, internet searches, and browser history from the past 2.5 years.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, my besties. Do you think that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively had anything to do with it?
This is what Justin Baldoni's team is saying, right? They're saying that Ryan Reynolds pressured WME to fire Baldoni.
Yeah.
And of course, that has been denied by WME. But why then did they fire Baldoni? There are more quotes though out there, and he's saying that I am the man that did it. What did he say? I'm a ride or die guy.
Yeah.
So he takes credit for firing him, and then he's making fun of his last name by calling him Bologna or something like that.
Yeah, Baloney.
Baloney, and then he corrects himself and says Baldoni.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah. And that's someone they represented for more than 5 years, apparently.
While many are criticizing Blake Lively and her husband for pursuing what they see as a baseless lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, others have come forward in support of Lively. Among them, Kate Beckinsale has publicly backed Lively in her legal battle, drawing from her own experiences of mistreatment in Hollywood. Beckinsale revealed that she was once forced to participate in a photo shoot shortly after suffering a miscarriage, faced ostracization for reporting a co-star's inappropriate behavior, and endured physical harm during fight scenes.
I've been following, as a lot of people have, this situation between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and I must stress, I don't know either of them. I've never met either of them, and I wasn't on the set, so I can't speak to any of that. But what I will say is, what it has highlighted is this machine that goes into effect when a woman complains about something legitimately offensive, upsetting, harmful, or whatever in this industry.
However, according to some insiders' reports, Blake and Ryan are reportedly exhausted by the ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni. The intense legal fight has not only drained their finances, but has also taken a toll on their mental well-being. Sources claim that the couple is eager to settle the case rather than endure the stress of a lengthy court battle, especially with the trial date set.
Are Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds getting close to settling? Interesting story popped up out of the Daily Mail yesterday that basically says that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are already exhausted by this lawsuit and experiencing mental anguish. Very interesting. Now, Daily Mail did in fact try and get in touch with their reps to see if this was in fact true, but a source close to them is revealing that the actress is really pushing to get this all buttoned up. And in fact, she saw the Monday court date that they had where the judge issued a warning to Baldoni's legal team that essentially was like, you know, both parties are not allowed to litigate this in public. They're not allowed to continue the barrage no gag order, but just a warning, not allowed to continue the barrage of information because they could potentially taint the jury pool if in fact this goes to trial in March of 2026. So very, very interesting. The article also says that Lively and Reynolds saw that
Political commentator Candace Owens has voiced her support for Justin Baldoni, arguing that Taylor Swift should also be subpoenaed. She points to communications suggesting Swift's team alerted Blake Lively about tension in their friendship after the lawsuit. Owens claims Swift feels used by Lively and wants to avoid the legal drama, highlighting how the controversy is straining celebrity relationships.
I'm live here to let you know in case you missed it. Obviously, yesterday I teased that there's a lot of evidence here that Blake Lively and Taylor Swift were very, very close at the time that all this went down with Justin Baldoni. Beyond the text message, a lot of things they were doing was very Taylor Swifty, dropping the Easter egg. So we dedicated our whole episode to that, and I gave you the timeline of her breakup with Joe Alwyn. By the way, if you guys, for the few of you who are not following the story and don't know why this is a big deal, it's because it's the Me Too movement. I have 3 sons. It matters. So this morning, wake up, Taylor Swift's marketing team has inserted into the Daily Mail top headline that her and Blake Lively are no longer friends and that she feels used and she doesn't want to be pulled into this lawsuit. All of this garbage, okay? I'm telling you, first off, read the article. You should go to Daily Mail. You should read the article. And then I'm going to debunk things that were said in that article because Taylor Swift is trying to pull out. This is what happens. When the light comes, the cockroaches all run. But I'm not done. I want her subpoenaed because there's evidence here, like I said yesterday.
What are your thoughts on Blake Lively reportedly leaving the country after this major setback? Do you think there's more to the story? Drop your opinions in the comments below.